So we got a 2014 Dodge Challenger with a 5.7 Hemi, and it's cranks no start condition. I'm looking at it for another shop. Apparently the ASD relay is not powering up, so we're going to do a network scan here and see what kind of code's set. So the first two codes are not unusual, ASD circuit problems, but I don't like the lost communication codes with the ECM, PCM. Of course, that could be because the PCM's not online. Implausible data from the ECM. So we're going to clear these codes and see what comes back. The vehicle just cranks until it gives up cranking for like 10 seconds. But I can hear the fuel pump cycle on, and it is cycling and running. When it shuts off, when it finishes cranking, you can hear the fuel pump running. "21 controllers cleared." Let's go into the engine, into functional tests. I was looking for the auto shutdown relay control circuit. Let's turn it on. I don't hear any clicking. I'm going to toggle it on and off and go out and have a look at it. So you can hear and feel the ASD relay switching on and off. So let's see if that code's come back. This is in the functional tests. Let's see if that code came back. So the P0688 code returned. So let's have a look at what causes that. So according to this, that code is set when there's a problem with the control circuit and open in the ASD relay control circuit, yet it's clicking, so how could it be open? Let's have a look at the schematic. So it suggested to swap out the relay, so I switched it with a different relay, and it still won't start. It cranks until it gives up. So we're going to check the K51 ASD relay control circuit from the relay to the actual PCM. So the ASD relay gets power on pin, looks like 86, and it's ground side controlled on pin 85, and it's ground side controlled on pin 86. Down here at the PCM it says, focus, that's fused battery, but it's not. It's got to be a controlled ground. So we're going to get a test light out here and check. I'm going to put a test light across pin 85 and 86 and command the relay on again, see if it actually will blink the test light. So with the test light connected across pins 85 and 86, and the ASD relay commanded on in functional tests, you can see that it's flashing the test light and it was clicking the relay. So there's nothing wrong with the control circuit. So let's have a look at the other circuits. So I forgot my relay jumpers, so what I've done is I've partially removed the relay so that I can get at the terminal. There's pin 30 has power, and there's pin 86 or 87. And you can see that the relay is turning on and off and sending power out pin 87. So we're going to have to see where that goes now. So you can see the ASD desired state is toggling false and true. And over here the ASD switched filtered state says off all the time. And I think that should be going on and off as well. So I think that's why it's setting the code. So there's probably a problem with the output wire from the ASD relay. So in that circuit from pin 87 is an inline fuse. So we'll check that fuse. I would hope they'd have checked that before. And then that goes off to connector 1321, and then to the actual PCM. A couple other connectors on the way. So we're going to have to qualify those. Let's check that fuse first. Fuse F06. So all three of these fuses, this 25, this 15, and this 25 over here. Damn, phone won't focus. Focus. They all check good, and with the ASD relay toggling on and off, they all have power, and then it goes away. So let's go to, which connector is it? C6 pin 9 brown wire. So we have to find out which one of those connectors on the TIPM is C6. So this is what the connector looks like, C6 at the TIPM, and it's pin 16 right here. And here it says pin 16 is, no, it wasn't pin 16. ASD relay control is pin 3. ASD relay, oh, it's 16 gauge, pin 9. It's a brown wire. So we'll see if we can figure out which one is. There's a 14 pin connector under that TIPM. So that's C6 and pin 9 brown wire, and I'm back pinning it, and you can see when the relay is turning on and off, you can see there's power leaving the TIPM. So that rules that out. Next we got to go to the next connector in the circuit. So that relay supplies power out circuit F342 brown wire, C6 pin 9, and it goes to this splice. Then it goes to an inline connector, and then for another splice, and it feeds all the injectors and probably all the ignition coils. So we're going to check for power on this common brown wire at one of the injectors while the ASD relay is toggling to see if it's good up to, say, we could try fuel injector number 1 over here, which comes off of that splice. Let's try that. So I'm looking for that splice 1321, and in the service literature it says color not available, shows it's the ASD splice, location not available, and there are 5 wires spliced into it. It goes to the injectors, the computer, and so on. So it's looking like we're going to run a new wire temporarily from pin 9 of this ASD connector here to pin 12 of that connector there, and that'll get the vehicle running like I had the jumper wire in there, and then we'll worry about it at a later date. So that's it for now. So I think we found the actual problem.
Yeah, guaranteed.
The melted terminal there, that second one from the right, lower, that's the terminal. I guess it was loose, and high resistance created heat and it melted. So we're trying to get the terminal out of that plastic connector so that we can reshape it.